Hello, lovelies. I am the Love Lady, and today the message for you is to fully come out of whatever closet you are hiding in. And this is so important, and it's so important to do mindfully, safely, with some kind of a plan. And by mindfully, I mean fully embodied within your body, within your full beingness, and with as much honesty with yourself about who you are and what aspects of yourself you're willing to share first, what aspects of your genuine self you're willing to share first. Now, this is a practice, coming out of the closet, sharing your true self, sharing your genuine true self, that inevitably makes one feel vulnerable, right? Especially for highly sensitives, especially for the neurodivergent, especially for those of us who are deeply aware of paradox, for those of us who are constantly engaged in the dance of recognizing ourselves as spirit beings who are aspects of the all one while also being individuals. And so here are some notions about how you might safely share your genuine self with the world, and safely for you. The world can handle it. And being one's genuine self, being who you really are, allowing yourself to expose some aspects, maybe eventually most or all aspects of your genuine true self, is ultimately the best tool to magnetize into your life everything you want, but especially people who are of your tribe, people who are of alignment, in alignment, connected to you, will love and honor and cherish you, because everyone can sense, everyone who has their feelers out, who's paying attention out there, can sense when you are bringing your full, authentic, true, genuine self into the conversation, into your interactions. Okay, so how to do this? First of all, do not do this on social media. Certainly don't do it on social media immediately if you are not well practiced with it, because one of the things that will happen when your genuine self shows up in the conversation is it'll become pretty clear pretty quickly whether or not you have resonance with the other person, the other people in the conversation. And one of the dangers with social media, for yourself, for your own mind, for your own tender heart, for your own psychology, is that it exposes you to, first of all, bots and other nefarious, mechanistic, not real people who are out there to troll and say horrible things, but also to any like a wide variety of people who may or may not have any interest in having a genuine relationship with you, and therefore are not attuned to any kind of sensitivity to what you may or may not be sharing. So don't start there. If it feels right for you, if you intuitively feel like, okay, I've cultivated the internal strength, I can either not read comments that are negative, or I can just skate past them, later down the road, by all means, but do not start there. Where to start is your most trusted people. People that you either know for sure already or suspect have the ability to honor, love, and cherish you just as you are, and who will be comfortable with other new parts of yourself that maybe you've been hiding, that maybe are new to you, maybe you've just discovered about yourself, and sharing those with them in conversation, in action, in your choices about how you deploy your attention, how you spend your time, and what you're up to. Now, one of the things that can happen, and this happened to me, is that sharing those aspects of myself with my immediate family members did not land well. They're not part of my tribe, and that's okay. Um, it was uncomfortable and didn't feel super okay when I was quite young, but as I got older and older, it just became clear that they're on different paths, different missions, and we're not aligned. And there's no ill will actually on anybody's part in that situation. It just happened that I got landed in a place that was the perfect place for me, in a family that did just exactly what needed to be done in order for me to evolve into the magical being that you see before you. And that may also be the case for you, but there was not a lot of there wasn't affection, there wasn't a lot of tenderness, there was not there certainly wasn't alignment with any of the people in my family of origin, in such a way that there was any honoring of my authentic self in those relationships. And that was a painful journey to move beyond, to evolve beyond those relationships, which if you're in that situation, my heart goes out to you. That is a challenging situation. And there are billions of people on the planet, billions, some of whom are going to think you, some of whom are going to know and find you to be the most wonderful, sparkling treasure of stardust and wonderful, beautiful characteristics, brilliance, intelligence, talents, interests, all those things that make you particularly you. They're out there. And if you haven't found them yet, truly keep searching. Okay, so starting with sharing some, maybe the aspects of yourself that you're the most confident about with trusted others or a trusted other. Now, if you are in a situation where you are just isolated, right, where for whatever reason, maybe you're ill, maybe you're just in a phase of life where there are just not readily available other people that you feel like you can trust, a couple of things. This is something where you could use an AI. This is something where finding a friendly AI and just remembering that it is a computer program and not a person, but to play around with how you might share some of the aspects of yourself that you're the most confident in. And if you haven't yet discovered those, maybe backing up a little bit and starting to really mine your internal self through journaling or art, through what comes out if you go do like an automatic drawing, automatic writing, automatic painting exercise, or like grab a voice notes app and close your eyes, go into some meditation. Binaural beats is great for this, but something that kind of transports you into a deeper aspect of yourself, and then just chat away at it for 15-20 minutes and see what you say. And specifically asking, what does my authentic self want me to know? That's a good question to start with, and see what bubbles up there. And if you are young, if you are hearing this and you are like under the age of 30 young, give yourself some grace. This is a for your entire life journey of perpetual unfolding and discovery and paradox. So if you had told a younger version of me under the age of 30 that I'd be interested in the things I'm interested in now, I would have thought you were bonkers. So just understand that the more experiences you have, the more you're exposed to, the more people you meet, the more bouncing off of people and experiences, places, ideas that you encounter, the evolution is staggering. So if you're not in a particularly good place right now, if you're not where you want to be, and you're kind of stuck in a feeling place that isn't wonderful, please, please, please give it a minute, give it some time. And then do explore with doing some things that might help you get you unstuck. And by things, I want to specifically exclude anything particularly risky, dangerous, like anything like drugs or alcohol, anything, just random sex, things like that. Mm, Pull yourself back from things that might cause you short or long-term damage. Finding other ways, like, I'm going to say it again, dip yourself into nature, turn off your phone, turn off the screens, go find a tree, find a patch of grass, find your way into the desert, find your way into a, a patch of snow, where, depending upon what environment you find yourself in, if you can find a power place in and with the planet and ask it to reveal something about your authentic self, your true nature, who you truly are to you. And then, to the best of your ability, ask the All One, the life force, your higher self, your angels, guides, ancestors, all of your energetic attending assistants to help quiet your mind so that you can hear the deeper part of yourself that is your deepest soul, that is that eternal aspect of yourself that is wise, that is all knowing, that is capable and will reveal to you the next right action, the next thought, the next idea, the next revelation that you need to be just a little bit happier, to feel just a little bit better, to go to the next place. And they're wanting me to remind you that this is also the way out of paradox and indecision. To just find what is the next right action. What is the next right thing I can do? Now, I've talked about this before. I am a planner. I am like a 10, 5, 3, 2, 1 year. I map out every area of my life for the next decade, like with great detail, and I love it. And I think I love it because it makes me confident that the actions that I'm taking, the choices that I'm making, the ways that I'm deploying my attention are in alignment with what I know that I want. Now, one thing that does happen is those plans change. As I reveal to myself that my capacity might not be quite as much as I thought it was, or if my capacity is more than I thought it was, or if something else that is so wonderful comes along and hooks my attention, and I do that check-in, and that deep, beautiful part of myself says, oh yes, that, do that, let's go with that. Then something else has to fall off the plan. So if you're a planner, if you like that, if that feels comforting to you, if that feels like, oh yes, that would help to know that I'm where I'm going to be, or approximately where I'm going to be in 10 years, 5 years, 2 years, 1 year, then that may be the next right action, is to create that plan for yourself, or just to create that plan for yourself in enough areas of your life that you know where you're oriented. And again, if you are in a tough place, if you are in like an environment, a situation in which you have limited power control to make choice, then I suggest you do your planning out to a point in the future where you do, right? So if you are in, if you're a tween, if you're 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, listening to this, and you're like, I am not going to have the ability to choose much for myself for 5 years, 10 years. Okay, then make that plan so that you can deploy your attention toward that which really feels empowering for you. And finally, I'd like to close today It's just a reminder that you can do this. If you are not yet adept at communication with the life force, with that eternal, incredibly powerful source of sovereignty and power within yourself, you can do it. You can learn. You can practice quieting your mind. You can get assistance from your guides to quiet your mind and learn how to perceive that whisper of a voice that bubbles up in the form of inspiration, sometimes feeling, sometimes an actual voice, sometimes in messages that you'll see and perceive in the environment, through songs, through the way nature presents, through something somebody said to you. The life force, the fabric, the monad is constantly trying to communicate with you in a way that you can perceive, to let you know that it is trying to help you along, that it loves you, that you are loved, that you are worthy of a better feeling, that you are worthy of being loved, that you are worthy of realizing the dreams, wishes, and visions that you have for yourself. And with that, I wish you a lovely day ahead.
And the sunlight shines upon us.